Today I want to introduce you to my very first wig ever, and it just so happens to be my very favorite wig. This is from the Milano collection. This is called Princess. Now I did have a custom color job done to her, and we can talk about that in a little bit, but first I wanted to talk about the inside cap design. The very first thing that you'll see is that she comes with that lace front. The next part I want to talk about is the skin top. Now this is this whole area right in through here that allows you to part anywhere on that section on the front, and it makes it look like skin. Anywhere in that front area you can part, and it does have that skin top. The next part is the closed wefted construction. Now this allows it to contour to your head while also providing some durability. Turn her inside out so you can have a better look at that closed wefted construction. Okay, when she's on all the way, you can now see that she's a very low density wig, meaning that it's not a ton of hair. If you don't have a ton of hair like me, something like a low density wig like this is excellent because it looks and feels a lot more like your original bio hair. After I put the wig on and I have her situated where I want her, I take a comb like this and we just go through and pull out a little bit of bio hair to ease that transition. I do that on both sides. Then also what I like to do is, do you see this transition between the lace and the silk top? I usually like to put in a little bit of powder. I use an eyebrow brush like this with a little spindly side. Put a little bit of powder and then dab that along that transition. Do a little bit more. And then you take your spindly side and brush any of the powder that might have fallen on the hair. Then what I do is I continue with that spindly side, and you use it along this lace front to pull out any hairs that might have gotten caught underneath the lace. Originally, I purchased her in a platinum blonde. The platinum blonde was a little bit too warm for me. So what we did is I had Milano do the customizations. What they did is a reverse balayage. So you see it went dark on the root and then brought those cooler tones through the blonde. And I'm actually very happy with the way it turned out. I think it's very beautiful. If I were to give them any criticism, I would not have gone so far with the dark root. I would have stopped it a little bit, probably right around here. I feel like it's a little bit more, has that more grown out look than I used to wear with my bio hair. But I think overall it's very pretty. They did bleach out some of those knots for me, but again, I just use a little bit of powder to help hide those knots. She came 16 inches long, and we also went through and thinned it out just slightly, added some face framing layers, and then layers all around. The haircut was done in store on my head, which I really loved, and I would highly recommend if you're able to do that. I went down there. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive for me, which was well worth it when you're spending over $1,000 on a beautiful piece. I went in there, sat in the chair, and they cut it while it was on my head. So it was exactly the cut and the style that I wanted it to be. If you have questions, please be sure to ask below and subscribe for more wig and topper content.